Hello everybody, welcome to Sun Dragon Tips and Tricks. I'm Rebecca, I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina. It is, we like to say on the sideshow what the weather is. I'm here at the shop, and it is it's a mild temperature. It's gonna be really cold next week. Anyway, I just got through my physical therapy for my weird vertigo issues, so feeling hopefully a little more stable right now. We'll see. But my parents left a couple days ago, and I wanted to do a short video, again, just like I did last week, just to let you know what's going on, what's coming up. I don't have a ton of progress to report except for on one thing, because I got really obsessed with a new yarn we got in. But so a lot of the things I tried on last week, I think I showed you the beginning of my new sweater last week, but I've made a lot of progress. I'm actually about to join it in the round, and I'm realizing as I talk to you all that I put it on needles so I could join in the round, and I'm gonna have to take it off those needles so I can throw it over my head to show you how it's going, but that's okay. Let me start with events that I will talk about now and at the end. The live. So I didn't do a live on Monday, which is my usual day. I've been doing this for only a few months, so we're still setting this up as the usual regular thing. But the first Monday of the month is usually when I go live from 3 to 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time to just hang with y'all on YouTube. And I didn't do it on the 3rd because my parents were here. We went for a lovely walk around Fawn Lake in DuPont. And then we went to the Bohemian restaurant for dinner, which is here in Brevard, which was also lovely. So I had a good time with them. I will be doing my live next Monday. It's November 10th. It's my birthday. I'm going to spend an hour of it with y'all. It's going to be lovely. That will be, so November 10th, 3 to 4 p.m. Focus, right? U.S. Eastern Time. I'll repeat that at the end before I sign off. And so join us on Monday, but I'm going to do a brief update. I know that's only in a few days. I'm going to do a brief update of projects, because when I do a live, what I started last month is I'm going to pick up my ranunculus that I only did the cast on because I had to restart, and a few rows of the collar, and we'll see how far I get while I'm hanging out with y'all for an hour next Monday. Okay, so one thing I finished I thought would be fun to show you, I might have showed you the start of this, is I finished, and the shaping's a little funky with the gills underneath here. Woo! I finished the mushroom. MJ Off the Hook Designs, and you can totally kind of shape this. I was like, I'm gonna make a mushroom, and no comments, no Hannah comments, please, on what this looks like. But I finished the mushroom. It's got a jaunty little hello. It has some poly beads in the bottom of it. You could use stones or sand or something else if you don't like poly beads. I put them in a little bit of saran wrap because I didn't really have a Ziploc bag that wasn't going to take up most of the bottom of this. So I put them in saran wrap and closed it up before I put it in here so the poly beads wouldn't just pop out. This is the Universal Yarns Maman. I don't think we have this online yet because there's so many colors. We have almost every color in stock of, where's the name? Oh, that's right. We got to cover up my head if you want to see it. I'm in cinematic mode today, so things aren't going to be in focus unless you can't see my head. Haha. But this one ball, I know this looks like multiple colors. It's because I split up the colors to mostly have one color for the stalk and one color for the top of the mushroom. And I use some scrap yarn to do the little dots. So I'm gonna hide my head again so you can see that. There you go. That's the trick to this. One skein, I really used almost every little last bit of this to make the smallest size of, it's her Amy Fall something or other. It's a whole book of patterns, but you can get just this pattern on Etsy. I got the ebook. And from the ebook, I also made a pumpkin. How cute is that, right? Cover my head up so hopefully that's in focus. There we go. So this is crocheted. All of this is crocheted. This guy was crocheted back and forth. Like I made a big rectangle and then stitched together the top and bottom, stuffed it, top. And so this is single herringbone crochets that make this. But isn't that adorable? The next thing I want to do, that was more of a super bulky. I want to make one out of the Wizard that is a bulky, and it is a lofty bulky. This is Topaz is the color. Again, I'm going to hide my head, so hopefully it focuses on this. I think to do it with an L hook, which is like 8 millimeters, I'm going to have to double strand this. So I will keep you posted on how wonderful the Topaz will look in this. But I think I'm going to double strand it to see how that works. However, I have been just completely obsessed with this other sweater I'm about to get to. I will show you one other thing. I am continuing my in-person cuff down sock class on Saturday. We haven't met for about 3 weeks, but I haven't been able to work on any thin socks. I have no thin socks ready to, like, Saturday should be the time to work on, I'm looking over there because my whiteboard's over there, to start working on the traditional heel, which is the flap, the turn, and the gusset. And so I said, well, what if I start a thicker pair of socks? So this is our Queensland, hide my head, Queensland Fair Isle. And it's self patterns, which is really lovely. It was by EYB Yarns, and they rebranded it. They rebranded it in the Queensland brand. Knitting Fever has control of a whole bunch of different yarn brands, and they shifted it to another yarn company. But how cute is that, right? And take this out. How cute is that? And I started this yesterday, but because it's worsted weight, I'm on a size 6 needle. I am almost ready. I can by Saturday, I think, be ready to do the heel on that. So I made socks like these for my family a few years ago, and I was thinking my mom and dad worsted weight socks would be great because they hike, and thicker socks for hiking, right? They wear them as house socks. And I kind of love that. Like, once you gift something, it becomes theirs and they can do what they want with it, regardless of what you thought you would do with it, right? And or you thought they would do with it. And I think that's lovely. So I'm gonna make a pair of socks for the shop, at least one, so I can show people how we have a sample of this knit up for, here's how the ball looks. We have a sample of this knit up in the wee Lima, like lima bean sweater. It's great for kids stuff because it is superwash wool, so it's machine washable, but it has the nylon in it too, so it hopefully holds up. My parents are still wearing them as house socks, so they wear them around the house all the time. Maybe because they're not wearing in boots, they've held up longer. But I'm using the crazy sock lady who is Kay Litton. I'm using her DK sock pattern. I'm doing worsted weight. The DK sock weight yarn wants to use a size 3 needle. I am doing a size 6 for these. You always want a conventional wisdom. You always want to go down on needle size for socks so you get a tighter stitch so they hold up better. And I could have gone even smaller on these. And so what I'm doing, because I know this is going to come out big, because I'm not doing DK weight and I'm not using a size 3 needle, I'm doing the smallest cast on for this. By the way, this is a free pattern on Ravelry, the DK vanilla socks. I'm doing the 40 stitch, the smallest size, and I'm hoping they might even still be big on me, but these are examples. These aren't for me to wear, but I will report back how they're going. But it's going fast is one thing I will say, is I just knit a little bit on them last night, and her pattern, instead of going for so many inches, has rows, and I'm trying to stick to that to just show people how it knits up. And it's 10 rows of 2x2 ribbing, and then it's about 29 rows of straight knitting, and I think I'm at about 20, so I still have some more to go on this before I do the heel, but that should be ready for Saturday, which is great. Okay, so the new yarn we have, I'm pulling stuff out of my new project tote from Micah, which is wonderful. And if I it's got this, I don't have the project totes online yet, but I'll try. It has a lining that you can cinch up to be like flat with the tote, and then it fits my new project with 9 skeins of yarn. But a trick I found is, if I want to, I can overstuff it. And then, so this is my Any Day sweatshirt, which I've made no progress on, by the way, because I'm fascinated with my new project. And I can stuff it full like this. It makes it a little harder to carry, but you can put more things in it and keep it safe. Anyway, so Any Day sweatshirt at exactly the same spot it was before, 8.5 inches past sleeve separation. But I'm carrying it in here. So the yarn, to show you, I think I showed you this last week. I've got a barber cord here. This is great. Juniper Moon Rambouillet. It is so soft and yummy. It's DK, just like the Patagonia, just like the Juniper. No, this is Juniper Moon. Words. Jody Long. If it starts with the same letter, I'm gonna flip them every once in a while. I lost my train of thought because I just realized I was going to wear a cute little shawl with this plain white shirt for y'all, and I forgot. It's right over there. I'm gonna put it on in just a second. But the Rambouillet, it is a certain breed of sheep. I think it is Romney combined with Merino in terms of breeds to make a new breed called Rambouillet. It is so lovely and soft, even though it's DK, just like Patagonia and Jody Long Alba. It is softer than those. If you can see, if I hide my face, if you can see, the ply on it is looser. So A, that's going to mean it's softer, and it's a soft breed of sheep. B, that means it most likely is going to pill a lot when I wear the sweater, because I'm big and things rub and there's friction involved. Anything soft will pill. This is the really, really lovely, this is a cashmere we have that changes color through the whole skein. And I was gonna have this on, and of course I got distracted. So, but I wove my ends in yesterday. Hannah would be proud. So this is the Laulu shawl, Laulu by Sari Norlands, and I made it bigger than the smallest size of it so I could really wrap it up and use all of the skeining yarn. We only have about 3 skeins of yarn left in the shop, and this color is no longer available, because once they make a run of the colors, then it's done till the next season, and then I come out with new colors. It's Poema Cashmere from Land du Nord. It is lovely. I love it so much. When it's cold next week, this will be a godsend. Right now, I will probably get hot and have to take it off before the day begins, right? So, getting back to what I am making with the Rambouillet, I was thinking, I want to do something striped. And I was thinking I could take a regular sweater and stripe it and do my own fun thing with it. And then I found Kutova Kika, the stripe hype sweater. And I was like, I'll take my face away. I was like, ooh, chunky stripes. She's already got set up a really cool pattern. I wanted stripes so I didn't use up that much yarn. Like my, I've got it here, the key sweater with my 5 colors. I am only using like 1 ball of each, so it's 5 balls of yarn, that's it. But those balls have a ton of yardage on them. That's the difference. Patagonia, while it's a DK, the same as this Rambouillet is, the Rambouillet, the way it's spun, it's you're not going to get as much yardage from 100 grams. Patagonia and Jody Long Alba are exceptions to the rule in that they have a ton of yardage on them. They have, I know this and then I forget it when I have to talk to y'all about it, 382 yards on it. That is not typical of a DK. They want you to let it fluff. This is more typical of a DK yarn. The Rambouillet, 100% wool, but certain type of wool is 273 yards, 250 meters. More often than not, these weird numbers we pop out for yardage, it's because it's a nice round number in meters. So it's 250 meters. And 250 yards to 250 meters is about what a DK usually is. And so this sweater with its super drop shoulders, can you see that on this picture especially? Super drop shoulders, like though it's a wide panel that comes way down your shoulder. It's why it's called drop shoulder. I'm gonna have leftovers. It's 5 colors of stripes. I know I'm gonna have leftovers of those single skeins of those 5 colors. But the main color, according to the math on the pattern, is gonna take me 4 skeins of this. So that's 9 skeins for a sweater. So that is not for the faint of heart in terms of the wallet chunk it's gonna take. I am spoiled because I own the yarn shop and I can pull whatever I want out of it, right? So the colors, it's so much fun. I've started with the peacock at the top. I want to say this one's called Sedona, but I can't remember because the tag's not on it anymore. But it's a lovely warm mahogany color. And all of these, it may not show up on camera, but all of these have some tonality to them, some heathered tonality, which is like, it makes it really fun. It's just the lightest bit. It's not like it's variegated or anything, but it just adds a little bit of color texture to it. The porcelain, which is my main color, has no color texture, but it's just a yummy, warm off-white, right? So I have this color for stripes, and then this color for stripes. And then I'm going to change it up and take it in the cool direction again with Stonehenge. Liz and Hannah helped me come up with these colors. So these are the 3 body colors. And then the sleeve colors are going to be Daffodil, which is a nice grello color, and Blue Jeans, which is going to be a lovely, intense light blue. Really excited about all this. So where am I at with this? I have actually put all of it, I still might, it's not going to be, it's not gonna be as stretched out as I want. It's open on one side, so I still could try to put this on. Now that I put this on, I'm gonna take it off. But you won't get the full effect of it because, okay, here's the back. I did the back. And it's a straight panel. It's different than my Any Day sweatshirt in that this back part, you cast on a number of stitches and you just go straight. That's the thing with the drop shoulder. It's kind of boxy. And then when you get down far enough, which was 1 stripe of the new color, then you get to pick up stitches in the front to do, I did a panel over on this side and it went halfway through. So it was like white, blue, half a stripe of white. And then I went and did the other side, and then I joined in the middle. So that creates a drop shoulder sweater. Often has a lot less shaping in it, like a true drop shoulder. The Any Day sweatshirt is a drop shoulder, but not in the same way, and has a lot less shaping that goes into it. Like there was a little shaping to bring this in and to drop the back lower than the front. But, and then joining across. I'm at the point right now where the next row is going to be joining everything. But let me show you, I'm gonna put half of this on the stitch holder to show you the width and what's going on with it. And then I will take that back off the stitch holder. So, keep getting distracted by stuff outside. So, because I can see there's a window behind me to the living room, and then I can see outside. And the window behind me is kind of tinted, so we have a little bit of privacy in the teaching room. Anyway, I'm sliding this on. Love my barber cords. They are called barber cords because the original idea, and these are the knitting barbers. The knitting barber first is the one to popularize and sell these. Different people have their own versions. We still stick with the knitting barber for this size of silicone tubing. She is a knitter by day, but no, she's a barber by day and a knitter by night. And so we call them barber cords. All right, so I've got the whole back on. See how wide that is when I take it off the needles like that? The whole back is on the barber cord. I'm going to throw it over my head. This is the fun part since it's not connected yet. So this is how it's going so far. I'm just loving it so much. I'm kind of neglecting all my other projects. Said no knitter ever. And this looks a little funky to have it just kind of like the stockinette is going to roll until I put the sleeves on, but that is going to drape over. I know it feels like it sticks straight out right now, but it's going to drape down my shoulders, and the weight of the sleeves will, back up just a little. Don't need to really stand up to show you this, but the weight, I will back up though. The weight of the sleeves will pull this from popping up and looking boxy like I have shoulder pads in or something. But see how that actually is a really great place to join in the round, because I know the back's riding up because the barber cord doesn't have a whole lot of weight in it, but you can see how this is going to look in the front. I'm so excited. I'm loving these colors, and the 8 rows, like right now, because it was just the back or just the front, those 8 rows were going really fast, especially for these sections that were done independently of each other until they joined. But then we can see how like this will be the next color. I get 2 more stripes of this and then 3 stripes of this. And then I'm going to see if it's long enough for me, because it's supposed to be just the 3 stripes, 3, 3, 3, and then you're done with the body. If I have to, I'm done with this right now. I don't even know how much is left of this. I want to say probably half the skein. So I'm going to have a lot of leftovers of these, the 5 colors I'm using for the stripes. And if I do have leftovers, I could go back to this color at the bottom if I wanted it to be longer. Regardless, I could maybe do some striped mittens or something. I will have leftovers from the sweater enough to make something else. I don't know what, but maybe a hat, maybe fingerless gloves. That's always an option, right? So I'm really excited with how this is going though, and I had to show you all. I can show you the back, but see it's riding way up. So you're gonna get a good sense of that next week. Well, it might be 2 weeks since I'm doing the live next week. But you'll have a good sense of how this is going. It's so crazy though. I think it's also because it's a new soft yarn. It's so crazy that this is also stripes, and this is changing colors more often instead of just back and forth with each 3 stripes. And yet this one, I'm not as compelled to knit on. And I think it's because of how soft this is and how new it is and how, I'm so excited. So there's a really good chance I'm gonna this is gonna get done really fast, but that's okay because we have cold weather coming next week and beyond. We're definitely in sweater weather now, right? So I will keep you posted with how this is going. I think, let me see. I have only this much left of my first ball of white, and I don't have a scale on here to show the porcelain. It's not really white. I think when this runs out, there's a very good chance when I wind up my next ball, I may just go ahead and put the collar on. Since I'm not doing this like for a class or to show you all how it's going, I feel like I've got I'm like a Mexican poncho on right now. So like from the Westerns, it's not really Mexican. I feel like I'm like a Clint Eastwood poncho on right now. I think when I start my next ball of this, I can do things out of order is what I'm trying to say. So I will let y'all know how it's going. I do want to get back to my any day sweatshirt, but this is just so fun right now that I'm gonna keep going until this one starts to bore me, which could happen. It all happens a lot. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap up now and go see about I think we got some new yarn in called Firenze. I want to say it's from Land du Nord. It's chainette. It's like bulky / super bulky. It's yummy. I got to get it in the system. There's things to do. So, but I'm going to go start working on that. I think this is going to sit a little further, but yeah, it's supposed to sit so like you can't tell that this is an extra thick white stripe if it's sitting on my shoulders. Okay. So to repeat, for this channel, the important info, I love that color. This color is so pretty. The important info for this channel in terms of events coming up is that next Monday, November 10th, from 3 to 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern, I will be live on YouTube, and I will be working on my ranunculus. We'll see how far I get. I may show you how this is going if I remember to bring it home, but I will keep you posted, and I will be making we'll see where I get with the ranunculus when I'm not worried about the cast on and the cast on being wrong and then right, and then I don't know. And I think once I get past that cast on that I had to reteach myself, it's going to move a little faster. I feel like I am becoming a faster knitter as I do all these things, because I even think this would have taken me more time in the past. However, I want to stress, it is not a race. It is not about how fast you knit or how much you get done. It's really, I love when we can talk about knitting and crocheting as something you enjoy doing, something that is bringing you calm in turbulent times, something that is an outlet. That's what it is for me. It's also my profession, but at the end of the day, it's a way to release stress. And that's, I think, why I keep going on this, is it's the right level of engagement and mindlessness and zen for me. So I hope to see you on the 10th. And if not, you can always watch it afterwards, but you can see how I'm going with my ranunculus. So as I always like to end with, may your crafting be filled with joy and confidence. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.